Hello, welcome to today's maths tutorial where I'm going to be showing you how to find the equation of a tangent to a circle. And to do this, we're going to be making use of circle theorems. Yes, I know, circle theorems, your favourite topic, back from GCSE, but things to bear in mind straight away are that you need to know less circle theorems for A-level, and also the circle theorems we need to know at A-level are only ones that we actually have a use for directly, so it's less of a chore than it might have been before. However, how are we going to use a circle theorem to find the equation of a tangent? Well, we're going to make use of the fact that you can choose any point on a circle and draw a radius to that point, and if you do so, the tangent to the circle to that same point on the circle is guaranteed to be perpendicular to that radius. That's what the circle theorem is in words, but that might sound a bit complicated, so put more simply, you have a circle, you can draw any radius, and the tangent to the circle at that point on the circle, something like that, is guaranteed to be perpendicular to the radius, like that. So, there we go, that's the circle theorem we need to know, but another question a lot of students then have is, when am I meant to know to use this circle theorem? Well, the big clue is that ultimately whenever you have a question that mentions a tangent to a circle, you should be considering trying to involve this circle theorem, but I am just saying the word consider there rather than guaranteeing it's the case, because there's also of course those questions that end up just being discriminant questions to do with tangents to a circle. That's something I did cover in a previous video, and a link to that video is appearing on the screen right now, and alternatively also appears in the description of this video, so do check that out if you want to know how to approach those questions. But those questions are basically often characterized by seeing a missing coefficient in a given equation in that sort of scenario, rather than a more open-ended, just find the equation from scratch sort of question, which is what we're dealing with today. And to show that off, here is an example. So we've got a point P with coordinates that are given later in the question. We're also given a circle with an equation that's fully been given to us, no missing coefficients. So straight away I'm thinking, ooh, okay, we're finding a tangent to a circle. It's not giving us any missing coefficients, so therefore it's probably going to be the circle theorem route. So therefore, let's consider what's going on with this circle. Straight away, it's worth mentioning, just from looking at the equation, I know the center is going to be at -6, +1. And I also know its radius is going to be the square root of 49, which is therefore, of course, just 7, conveniently. And then if we want to find the equation of the tangent, well, we're going to be making use of that circle theorem I just mentioned. We've got our center, we've got our point. It doesn't actually really matter where it is, I'm just drawing a random point on the circle, because I then know we want to find the equation of the tangent. Yes, this is a terribly drawn diagram, but the point is, what we first need to start by doing is working out the gradient of the radius, because if I work out the gradient of the radius, then I can use that to find the gradient of the tangent, considering the fact the tangent is perpendicular to it. So therefore, we know the coordinates of the center. We also know the coordinates of this point on the circle, which is -9/5 and 33/5. Actually, it turns out my point actually was roughly in the correct position as it would happen. But anyway, that was completely by luck. But either way, it didn't really matter because I was only drawing the diagram to give me an idea of what method I'm trying to use, rather than having everything perfectly accurately pinpointed in the correct positions. But anyway, the strategy we're going to use to do this question is the fact that we know we want a tangent, which is a straight line. To find the equation of a straight line, you need a point and a gradient. We've already been given a point on the line, so we've got that bit sorted already. So we just need the gradient of the line, and we're going to find that by using the circle theorem. Starting with gradient of the radius, we're going to use change in y over change in x, because the radius is just a straight line. So therefore I'm going to do the 33/5 take away 1, and then because I picked the 33/5 first on the top, I've got to choose the associated x coordinate first on the bottom. So therefore that'll be -9/5 minus -6. So calculating that will get us 28/5 on the top, and on the bottom we're going to get 21/5, which will come to a gradient of 4/3. Cool, so now we know the gradient of the radius, we can now work out the gradient of the tangent, because we know the tangent is going to be perpendicular to that radius by that circle theorem we have quoted. So therefore, it's going to be a gradient of -1 divided by 4/3, or in other words, the negative reciprocal. By the way, note my good use of brackets when writing this stuff out. It's good and important to avoid writing an ambiguous fraction. But anyway, -1 divided by 4/3 would come to -3/4. Nice, so now we've got the gradient of the tangent. We also have a point on the line that the tangent's got to go through, because that's the point that was given to us in the question, because it's a point on the circle. So therefore, now we've got a point and a gradient. We can use the y minus y1, which is 33/5, equals m, so -3/4, lots of x, minus our x1, which was the -9/5, and that's our equation of our tangent technically already found. However, we wouldn't leave our answer like this. We're going to have to do some simplifying. The question, interestingly, didn't mention what format it wanted the final answer to be left in, so it's up to me. I'm going to therefore choose to write in ax plus by plus c equals 0 form, because that means I have to deal with less fractions. So you could multiply both sides of the equation by 20 to eliminate all the fractions one big go if you want, or if you want to break it up into more bite-sized, easier to deal with steps, you can multiply by 4 both sides first to just get rid of the -3/4 fraction, and that will get us 4y minus 33/5 times by 4, which would be 132/5, and then we got -3 lots of x plus 9/5, which we can then multiply out to get 4y minus 132/5 equals -3x minus 27/5, and now we could then choose to separately multiply both sides by 5 to eliminate these final other fractions as well. So 20y minus 132 equals -15x minus 27. Cool, and all I've got to do is gather everything together on one side now, so that'll get me 15x plus 20y, and then adding 27 onto both sides will get me -105 equals 0. And there we go, we've found the equation to the tangent, and that's it. It's as easy as that. There are some other situations where using the circle theorem would be useful, not just finding the equation of a tangent, but those are things that we'll cover in a future video to do with problem solving in circles questions. So do stay tuned for that video when it comes out. Alright, that will do us for today. See you in a future video. Goodbye.